Welcome to another episode of Turning Coal into Diamonds. Today we have, there we go, Mr. David Jackson. Introduce yourself. I'll let you do it. Do it all.
I mean, you introduced me pretty eloquently. My name is David Jackson. I'm a comedian. You and I met on one of your comedy shows. Actually,
Yeah.
We were introduced by Alan Squat.
I thought so.
I'm just a comedian out here in LA.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna kind of jump. Well, let me wait a sec. How has Corona and like quarantine been for you? I know, like everybody's experience has kind of been a little bit different, but
yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to like. What do you say? Like we've all been in the same situation, so I guess that's kind of like a. I wouldn't say. Yeah, I guess I would say it's comforting that we're all going through the same thing together. Because like most of the time, we're all going through our own different like weird little nuanced struggles together, and as comics, that kind of brings us all together. But this is like a much bigger thing that's kind of bringing everybody together in a way. So I guess just like knowing that is brought like a bit of a calmness to it. But for the most part. It sucks that, momentum kind of got stopped.
Yeah.
Like everyone had a lot of good amount of momentum going into 2020.
For sure.
And so like the adjustment to just like not having any outlets, or in the beginning we couldn't go anywhere at all.
Yeah.
So it was scary in the beginning, but I mean, I'm in a good place now. I'm like, riding my bike every day, getting exercise. I'm out here, social distancing, of course, like, in the park, seeing people exercise. It's been pretty cool, man. It's almost kind of a nice break.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel like I agree, especially on the momentum part, because like I definitely feel like I especially was just like grinding, and like I even like a few shows got canceled, and so it was kind of just interesting being in a place of like, oop, there's the my charger. Just being in oh shit. Oh man, where'd you go?
I'm right here.
There we go. Hands up.
Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot, man.
But yeah, like you said, we did meet on a show a while ago and stuff like that. But like, yeah, it's just been such an interesting time because for me, it's definitely, I feel grateful because I created the podcast. It's something that I always wanted to do, and everybody who's been listening and watching has already heard me talk about it. And it's definitely been something that is just like, I'm a little nervous kind of thinking about it now and what it's going to be like for the comedians out there. Like, you know what I mean? Because like shows are just going to be different. If they're canceling sports and concerts and stuff like that, it's like, how are we going to be doing packed shows? You know what I mean?
Right. I was really nervous about that in the beginning. And the more time kind of went on, and the more that I saw like how many comics just really have like so much authentic love for the game.
Yeah.
The real ones, that aren't doing comedy for, Instagram likes or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
You just as well, like the real ones are out right now. They're trying to figure it out. There's today's Saturday, right?
Yes.
Dude,
it's tough sometimes. I hear you. I had to think about it too. You caught me off guard.
Dude, I straight up, I woke up early this morning I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get up early and watch the news today.
Oh, okay.
Saturday. There's no news on today. Okay,
yeah.
There's nothing. I have no idea what date it is. But so today, there's this thing called Drive Up Comedy that got started in San Diego, and they're doing dates, Thursdays in San Diego and Saturdays in LA.
Oh, snap.
And the amount of comedians that signed up for that, even like there's like 80 on the list.
No way. Wow.
It's filled up. I tried to get on the list. It was already full. And basically you drive up, everyone's there, chilling in a parking lot, I guess, in an undisclosed location. But just seeing comedians like just jump on that opportunity. I hosted my own. I did stand-up comedy in MacArthur Park for homeless people. I produced a show.
Wow.
On Cinco de Mayo.
Oh shit.
And I sent out some feelers because I wanted to get like a real lineup for the show.
Yeah.
and expecting to get like several no's and then like,
Yeah, yeah,
four
yeah.
confirmed comics. And everyone was just like,
On it. Yeah.
where?
If I had
When,
gotten
where?
an invite, I would have been there.
What are you doing Tuesday?
Nothing. Probably editing.
Well, you could be doing stand-up comedy in MacArthur Park. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, perfect. So there we go. We'll hash out the details after this. Okay.
Bang. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's just something that like it's just encouraging to see and be a part of, especially like when you're like kind of immersed in the community.
Yeah.
How much real love there is for that, and like even when it's in MacArthur Park, we're performing for random crackheads in the grass.
Yeah, yeah. This is
but
definitely going to be one of the most interesting shows ever for me already. But the scenery is probably going to be dope.
So the scenery is great. And like our first show was kind of crazy. We had this crackhead rode up on a bike because we do it on this pavilion, this park pavilion.
Yeah.
And this crackhead rides up on a bicycle, hops on stage with us.
Oh wow.
And in a normal comedy scenario, we could roast them, we can get them off stage.
Yeah.
Whatever. The crowd's like, fuck that, they're on your side. But when you're in a public park where you're not even really supposed to be doing stand up technically, and like they probably use that stage more than you do. So it's like that's like their home.
Yeah. Okay.
So like you can't kick them off the stage.
Yeah. We're okay. This is interesting now. That's hilarious. But like, how did this idea come about? Because I feel like this is so cool.
Well, I was visiting a fellow comedian. His name's Adam Sanchez, and he lives over in the MacArthur Park, Koreatown, like where those two neighborhoods meet up.
Yeah.
And we just go on walks together because we were so just like bored and there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
So we just go on walks, and we would walk through MacArthur Park every day, just as doing whatever rounds.
Yeah.
And so walking through MacArthur Park, I noticed. Well, first of all, there's a thriving. I'm not going to say homeless community because I don't know all their lives like that. I'm going to say there's a thriving feral human community in MacArthur Park. That's less offensive than homeless, right?
Was it? I was like, that's what you. I was gonna say, just like
there are
wild
people, humanoids in MacArthur Park.
Naturists, maybe.
Naturesque. That's the best way to put it. There are some nature-adjacent humans that just hang out in MacArthur Park. A bunch of them. They're just chilling all over the place. And we noticed this big pavilion, and that's kind of like just an outside amphitheater stage.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it and people in the grass, I was like, dude, we're doing comedy here next week.
Wow.
It just happened.
Yeah.
And it all just kind of fell into place, and I hit up a few of my the tight, because you have like a couple of different networks of comedy friends.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you trying to save
yourself.
Yeah. That's
Hands
okay,
up, bro. Hands up. I mean, I did message you about one of your other shows. You never messaged me back, so.
Oh, was that a thing? Did that happen?
Maybe I was harboring some feelings. I don't know, man. But we could bury the beef right now.
I feel like it's already. I didn't even know there was beef, bro. I'm vegetarian, homie.
I'm vegetarian. I feel like that's 90% of LA beef is like the other person doesn't know there's beef.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's real talk. And just for the record, so I don't get no backlash, I'm not vegetarian, guys.
You would get backlash?
I don't know, because I just don't want nobody to be like, he's faking out there. He'll eat meat or whatever. I saw him eating a hamburger last week. He was at Carl's Jr., whatever. People, how people be.
Right.
People be.
Yeah,
I was just joking. I was just playing, but let me just be careful,
Bet.
For all the Karens out there.
That's offensive.
I know.
That's offensive these days. You can't be throwing Karens out.
I know. I be throwing Karen around like it's nothing. I'm not gonna lie. I got Karen friends
Keep doing
too. I'm allowed. I got Karen friends.
We all do, whether we admit it or not. We all do. But no, I shot a couple of messages to a couple of the homies. You know, the ones you really be kicking it with whenever, you know, the ones you bond together with.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I sent a couple of those messages out, and there was a lot of interest. So I was like, cool. Well, we got a lineup. Let's just do it. So I kind of made this that first one into a kind of a documentary, and just to. I didn't know what was going to happen with it at all, or if we were going to get stopped by the cops, or if we were going to jumped or whatever. Which we almost did. But that's if you're interested in it, that's in the link in my bio on my Instagram. You can click on that and kind of see how things went that day.
Okay, for sure.
But that's just kind of how I got started, and it you know, somehow other comedians found out about it through them, and people started hitting me up, and it's like, all right, cool. If people want to keep doing this, then let's do it.
How's the what's been the, I guess, what have the nature has been saying while you guys have been out there? Have they been like enjoying you guys being out there and doing comedy with them or for them, or they're just like, we're trying to do crack, get out of our territory, or
Look, there's so many different types of nature adjacent people in the park. Like there was one dude that was doing like Meth 90X. That's what I was calling it on that day, where he was like smoking crack, but also doing like sit-ups in the amphitheater.
Yeah.
So, you know, I went up and talked to him. I was like, hey, man.
Well, let's just be real. We don't know what kind of drug he was doing. He could have definitely just been like smoking some tobacco from a pipe.
Right. Yeah.
Let's not assume.
Some of that new tobacco. Yeah. That new tobacco. For sure. Absolutely correct. But we got harassed by this one dude that was just pushing an ice cream cart, and he just started screaming at us. He didn't want us to be there. We're marks, or he was calling us narcs. He thought we were the police for at least 10 minutes.
Oh wow. Wow.
And you know, we just try to reason with people, talk to them.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, we don't like narcs either. We don't want no narcs. Are you the police? Are you the police?
Yeah.
I'll put it right back on you. But no, it was mostly friendly. Like a couple homeless people came over. I mean, let me stop throwing that word out there.
Yeah.
A couple other nature observers came over to us and asked us, you know, what we were doing. They were curious about it. They wanted to kind of be a part. And so, you know, I went over and told a few of them and told them to tell their friends to, you know, come socially distantly sit in the grass and hang out. We were doing stand up. And it was mostly positive energy, to be honest.
Great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So have you done any like Zoom shows and all that stuff too, or you guys have just been doing outside shows?
Yeah, I did. Well, at the beginning of all this, so I guess like end of March, beginning of April, I did a couple of those Zoom shows. I hosted one for Yao Yang, and you know, they're fun. They're cute.
Oh, good
for you. I love
good for you.
I love them and I hate them at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it because like the comedy community kind of came together and like, we're gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
But what I hate about it is it's just not like, part of why I love stand-up comedy is the live theater, the electricity of it.
Right. The people.
The people that you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, maybe your jokes don't land on that room. Like that's kind of part of it.
Wait, you missed that?
That's what gets my rocks off. Yeah,
okay.
The Zoom doesn't really do it for me.
Got it. Yeah. The Zoom has definitely been tough. But I've only done a few, so I can't really talk too much shade on it. I've done like 3, I think it was. Well, actually, I'm
Yeah,
lying. I've
same,
done
same,
2 like Zoom shows, 1 Insta Live show, which is definitely different. I do not recommend.
same.
Well, that's like
I,
for Instagram, I think it's better if you're doing like elongated like sketch or scene or something where you don't really need the laughter per se.
right,
Even with a sketch or something, you kind of want the laugh, but I feel like as actors, I mean, like a lot of times you don't have a live audience, so you just kind of just have to trust that it's funny. So
right.
that was my kind of experience with the Insta Live. But Zoom, I think, is a little different because you can get laughter and feedback from other people. You know what I mean? Where Insta is like all you get is the comments, which you have to read, and you can't really read and perform at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right.
At least
I
I think.
I almost prefer. It sounds crazy. I almost prefer the Instagram live shows just because
Oh
with
damn.
the Zoom, with the Zoom, like I would just rather assume that I'm killing, right? Then
Yeah.
like, but like
Be like, I don't hear
with
anything, but it's because I'm killing it, and they just can't respond.
right, they can't even type right now. Okay, they're doubled over. They don't know what. Yeah, but with Zoom, I feel like people are like they kind of feel obligated. They're getting obligatory laughs.
Yeah. Totes.
So it's like I don't know if that new joke even hit for real because
Yeah.
maybe you guys just don't want to be rude.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, I'll take the fake laugh even. So, but what to me is
Anything I can
funny.
get.
Yeah. Greg and I were talking about. Do you know Greg Wilson?
Greg Wilson.
Yeah. Greg Ramiro Wilson, actually. Check my Instagram. He's
Maybe
on
it's
there.
they. Yeah, I'll
Alan
check.
knows him
Maybe
for
I'm
sure.
sure
I'm
I saw
sure
his
we've
face
done.
somewhere.
There's been a crossover, I'm sure, at some point. But we did a podcast. I think it was on Wednesday's episode, if I'm not mistaken, and he talked about some of his things because like some people would be like talking while they're on the Zoom thing because it's not muted or whatever. And like it's not like it's different volume, so like it will interrupt what you're saying.
Oh my
And I've
God,
legit
yeah.
had people like walk around their house and like go in the kitchen, like open the refrigerator, and like so you can hear all that back. That's why also Zoom to me is just like, what is this?
Fail.
uh,
At least have the common decency to like, first of all, mute.
yeah,
Second of
right.
all, if you're gonna go do something, like put your phone in a spot where it doesn't, where it doesn't look like you're walking
Yeah.
around and
Just stop the video. You can
running
stop the
errands.
video.
Yeah, stop the video. Yeah.
Mute and stop the video, and we all good.
Right. What are we doing here?
Exactly. And then what's really cool though, while I was on quarantine, I was Netflix binging and I caught a little glimpse of little David Jackson on 100 Humans. Congrats on, first of all, how I do feel a little some kind of way because you, Alan Squats, Jessica Lee, another friend of mine that I don't think you know, but I'm like, a lot
I
of
know
my
Jessica.
homies are like up on this 100 Humans. Where was my phone call? But we don't have to talk about that. But either way, how was that? That was kind of cool. And especially, did you know Alan and Jessica and all of them were going to be on it with you?
No. So that was such a really strange opportunity, and I didn't know Squats or Jessica before that show.
Oh, no way.
So
Really?
we met all as individual comics that didn't know each other, just in the scene, and found out, just through hanging out and talking that we were all comics.
Yeah.
And we ended up doing performances for the other humans during our time there.
Yeah.
So it was 14 days at the same location, no cell phones, and we all wear the same outfit.
Was this filmed a while ago or was this filmed recently? Can you say?
I could say it was filmed like 2 years ago.
I thought so, because I mean, like, you were on my show a couple years ago, and I'm like, you didn't know Alan?
I think that was so your show that was right after 100 Humans was filmed.
Oh wow, okay.
Maybe even during.
Okay,
No, it had to been like
interesting.
right after, actually.
Were
Yeah,
you guys like
because
quarantined at the location, or were you guys able to like leave and come back and do your own thing?
we had like basically 6 hours, so we could sleep. We could go to our apartment and sleep from. We get home at like 1 a.m. and we had to be back on campus in Northridge by 7 a.m.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
it's like literally enough time to like go home, get some shut eye, and head back. And they had breakfast ready for us every day.
Oh
And
wow. Yeah, I mean, if you got me at 7 a.m. like I will be a grumpy 100. You man.
right. Oh my
You
God,
gone again.
what just happened? I don't know.
I don't know. All I see is my cute face.
I'm back. All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
You're gone again. What are you doing? Send your nudes later. Unless you're sending
I
them
was
to
putting
me.
on do not disturb. Someone tried to call me. But no, it was a super cool experience, and part of that. Well, first of all, I got to meet Alan and crazy ass
Jessica,
Jess
I
Lee.
know. She's so funny and so wild. I love her. I
Wild
love her.
and
She would be fun to have on this podcast because I would just let her talk the whole. I would not say a damn thing.
please definitely contact her. She's the one who got me doing those. I was doing those Universal Bar and Grill shows for her, and like lower North Hollywood University.
Yeah, I know where it
that
is.
little crossover.
Yeah.
I was doing. She was hosting there for a little bit and had me do a few of those, and that's a whole different type of comedy
Yeah. Her crowds are fun.
Fun.
Yes.
Fun. Yes.
The whole thing is a show, not even just the performance.
Yeah, it's a real experience.
Real talk.
But no, the show itself is like such a cool thing to be a part of, and
I know
because no one knew what to expect. Like we didn't know what it was,
and they were lying to y'all left and right about what they were even doing, anyways.
They were constantly lying to us. We didn't know when they were not filming us at any time.
Oh, really?
Because the coolest part of that show, I don't believe they captured on their film.
Well, real quick, before we keep talking, because I realized we didn't talk a little bit about it, or like what the premise of the show is. 100 humans. It's kind of like fill in the blank.
So the concept of 100 humans is they get 100 humans together from all walks of life between the ages of 18 and 100. So
oh no
male,
way, really?
Female,
who was the oldest person?
I believe it was this nice old lady, Rose. I want to say she was like 90 in her 90s, like 93 or 94.
Damn. Okay, Rose.
it was
straight off the Titanic, Rose. All right, my bad to interrupt. I was like, wait, 18 to 100? What?
18 to 100. That was the cool part. And black, white, whoever, wherever.
Yeah.
They try to make it as diverse as possible.
Yeah.
So, and the concept of the show is you get all these different people from different walks of life together, and have this big social experiment. So they did like experiments of like who's more attractive.
Yeah, that was the first one.
It was a great episode.
Yeah.
Who's more likely to get like shot in these scary scenarios?
Oh damn! Was it black people? I didn't miss that episode.
I don't want to ruin that one for you.
I mean, I feel like no offense, but I think we all know the episode, the statistics.
we know the stats.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna need you to watch that episode.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just getting people together and seeing how they interact and how they respond to all these different standard questions and scenarios that we're reading about every day on the news, and part of like what we find attractive about other people, what we can't stand about other people, what types of like pain tolerance between different communities of people. So it's a big social experiment.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones, which you were actually showcased on, was like which age groups could like figure out like puzzles the quickest or whatever.
Problem solve.
Like
Yeah.
problem solve. Yeah. And you would think, of course, like older people maybe not so much, but I feel like the answer was kind of shocked. I was like, it was a little bit more diverse than I thought it would be. I remember the winners, and I was like, of course, but anywho, that was real fun.
I mean, I want to say because it was the 40-year-olds took first place on that episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it? I thought it was actually the Greens. I thought it was the 20-year-olds, the 20-somethings.
Oh no, you're right. I'm thinking about we did a separate a different problem solving game, escape room.
Yeah.
Challenge
okay.
as well.
Yeah.
And so the 20-year-olds took second place in that one, but we did take first place on the IKEA furniture building. You're correct.
Yeah. That one.
You're absolutely correct.
Oh, was that not? I thought, was that just IKEA furniture, or was that like a ring of different things?
It was. I think it was just like a big box of an IKEA chair with no instructions.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And so one person had to sit like reading the manual, and then like over headphones talk to one other person that was like blindfolded or something. And then that blindfolded person had to relay. Oh, that was a good episode, because I remember one person, she was just, she was not having it. But either way, it's definitely a fun. How was it like seeing yourself on Netflix? I feel like that's got to be really cool.
It was kind of surreal. Well, to be honest, I didn't even think that show was gonna make it on air anywhere.
Damn, you want to say that out loud?
What are they gonna do?
I love it.
So I was just so surprised. Like 100. I was like, isn't that the thing? That's the thing I was on. That's coming out for real. But no, it's cool. I got a bunch of like messages from random people, from people at home.
Yeah.
I know from
Alan
people around LA.
Got, like, fans.
Yeah, I got a lot of weird fans and like weird messages.
I'm sure you don't. Yeah. I want to say this is so
weird
funny.
mentions
actually,
on Twitter.
The one show that you did for me, everybody loved you as a comedian, and then everybody was also like, is he single? What's his number?
Oh. I never hear that.
Shut up!
I swear to God, I don't believe you.
Stop!
Think that about
Shut up
myself.
right now!
No.
Shut up!
I'm one of those ugly duckling situations.
Where you were like not cute before, and now you're cute.
Yeah. Well, apparently, evidence would suggest that I would never call myself cute.
Oh my goodness! Stop playing us. He's fronting y'all. It's like, I don't know that. I feel like you are a pretty humble person from what I know, but still, either way.
I mean, I'm just a regular guy from Missouri.
Oh God, what number human were you?
I was number 16.
What was your favorite like memory from being on there? Like, what was your favorite experiment or whatever they did? My
favorite experiment. Here's the biggest experiment. So my favorite experiment on the show, they didn't actually feature as an experiment. The best experiment on that show was a lot of the times if we weren't in a specific experiment, we were all in a big holding room with absolutely nothing to do, no cell phones. So the biggest experiment was like, okay, how are this big diverse group of people gonna like? Are they gonna click up? Is people gonna hang out? Are they gonna like hang out outside of their normal thing? And that's exactly what happened. People were just like, let me see what these 90-year-olds are all about.
Old people love me, so I would not hate that actually. Old people love me.
No, it was just so cool to see a real human connection when you take all the bullshit away and like the outfits and the style and the class, and we're all in the same even playing field.
Yeah.
The human connection was just so much more open and cool, and like I feel like I made friends and connections on that show in a matter of 14 days that I would say would rival some of my closer like friends of
Oh
years.
wow,
You
that's
know,
so cool.
because of like how concentrated our time was together.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I've definitely been in situations like that. I think even just being on set with like I've been on set with somebody
Yeah.
for like 3 days straight and then been like, oh my, like I need you in my life all the like I can see how like really people don't realize when they see like I haven't really had like a on-set romance, but just giving what happens and being on set, I can totally see how people as actors and just like interacting on set can like fall in love or just like start dating because like that shit gets really intimate. You know what I mean? Especially when you're
Yeah,
like
it really
even
does.
behind the scenes, like just like when you're waiting for however many hours just to get back on set. You know what I mean? Like you have nobody to talk to, all that connection. So I think that's really cool. And especially in such a setting where people are from all walks of life. That was one of the things I really did love watching it, was just seeing like how many different individuals that I probably would have not hung out with, but given the interactions and what was going on, the experiments, like seeing what you can learn from other people and just the mixture, and even just finding certain biases that I had by looking at some of the experiments and how I thought I would participate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's a super interesting observation. I think there's a lot of weird situations, and I think we ended up doing like when we were all stuck in the same room. We had a couple of different. We made our own talent shows where like people were doing, obviously me, Jess, and Alan were doing stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
and people were juggling. There were storytellers.
Oh wow.
There was like people doing magic shows,
Yeah.
trivia.
Yeah.
Everyone just had like a different time to shine. It was so cool.
Did you say earlier, I don't want to, where did you say you were from? Did you say Missouri?
Missouri, yeah.
What brought you to LA?
I think I've always had like a crush on the LA culture. I grew up skateboarding, so I was kind of like had that kind of like West Coast like kind of skater vibe growing up.
Yeah.
And then I got into like theater in high school, and then ended up pursuing it more in college. And that's in college is where I found stand-up.
Okay, cool.
Stand-up comedy, and
Yeah.
ultimately like a passion for stand-up comedy and the arts, and an acting career. I already had a crush on the culture here, so it just made sense. So it was bound to happen.
I love that. And did you have a hard time like leaving Missouri, leaving family, or was that kind of like an easy choice for you?
No, not at all. The easiest trip.
Dip said, deuces, adios.
Yeah. Peace.
Damn.
Great. You guys are great.
Damn, it's like that. Okay.
No, it was such
I'm
a
sure.
cool
Yeah, of course.
adventure. What an opportunity to travel the country and go start over somewhere new.
Yeah.
With a bunch of other crazy, like, wide-eyed artists.
Yeah, right. Wide-eyed. Yeah, it's so cool to hear different perspectives and different ways people got introduced to comedy, because for me it was really like I didn't know what I wanted to do in entertainment. I thought I always wanted to be a writer in the entertainment world, like in some capacity, because I went to school for public relations and journalism, and I loved writing. And I didn't want to be like a TV writer. Well, like my dream job, honestly, like this is what I really wanted to do. But I felt like if I wanted to do this, New York would have been the best move. But I wanted to be like a writer for like Rolling Stones or something, like kind of like writing about music and different artists and being in that culture a lot more, like just like going to a concert or listen to albums and then writing about it, like reviewing them and stuff like that. And
that's the coolest job in the world.
Right. That's what I thought. Like, and I still like, honestly, I could do a blog or something if I really wanted to. But long story short, I was doing writing. I was doing a little bit of that, actually. It wasn't so much music, but I was going to like events and writing about celebrities and stuff. So like I felt like that culture, and it was really cool. But it also wasn't like, I didn't feel like fulfilled. Like I didn't feel like it was like I didn't wake up being like I loved writing about this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm obviously in pop culture, but it wasn't like whatever. But anyways, I did an open mic for the first
Yeah.
time, and that's when I really like everything pieced together. Felt like, oh snap, this is what I need to be doing. This is everything I want to do, kind of be like wrapped up into one. Obviously, writing, you have to write your own jokes, and so I shouldn't say you have to,
Yeah.
don't. But
Yeah.
it's so wild though, like how that's such a thing. Like I don't know. But anyways, that was really how I got into the stand-up world. But I was like 20. I was negative 20.
Negative 20, yeah.
I have to catch myself because, like, so what people have heard different guests skirt around, like skirt around that question, because I've asked like, how old are you, or like, how old were you when this situation happened, and people like skirt around it. And it's like, I want to say this because I laugh about it, but I've never addressed it. Like our managers, our agents, I don't know if you have this, but like my manager, she will tell me not to say my, and the first time I got my, not my first time, but my commercial agent I have right now, when I first met him, he asked me how old I was, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't answer, but I said my age, and he was like, wrong answer, you never say how old you are. And I was like, oh shit.
You didn't pass the test, bro.
I didn't pass the test, but you know, he still he reps me. So
here's the easy answer. When people ask you how old you are, you go, how old do I look?
Yeah. How old do you want me to be?
Yeah. How old do you need me to be? It works every time.
Yeah. So I had to catch myself. I was like, ooh, a little negative 20.
Negative. I got you.
OMG.
I got you.
But wait, it's also crazy because
I guess I shouldn't say.
No, go for it.
I was like, I guess I shouldn't say what age I was when I did my first open mic.
Did you already? You said college.
I mean, I could join college at any time.
You could. Freaking, what's that girl? Rita Thornberry, whatever, is gonna. I'm gonna edit this out. What's that girl that's on Time about like global warming and stuff? Edith Thorne something?
Oh, I have no idea, dude.
Come on, you have to know. I should know this. I'm like the little tiny girl that's been yelling at everybody about global warming and stuff.
Oh, yeah. She's like 16.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, she should be in college right now. She should just give her a freaking diploma. She's done.
Right.
She works for the UN now. Well, before we like wrap up, is there anything you're working on? Anything you want to talk about, or anything you want to like say to the people? Where can they find you? Things like that.
Let's see. How do we want to wrap this up?
Are you single? Are you on Tinder? What's up? It's like I'm asking for a friend.
You know what? I'm not gonna put that business out there. That's my negative 20. But here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. I hope everyone is, staying positive and staying motivated, not put too much pressure on themselves. Something I am working on is, putting on stand-up comedy at MacArthur Park.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be a great time. If you want to find out more information about that, you can follow me on Instagram at Original David Jackson, Twitter at Original Ajax, and that's where we'll be tweeting and posting a lot of stuff about that there. And hey, you'll see me around LA whenever.
Yes, you on TikTok yet?
You know what? I am on TikTok. I'm getting better.
I mean, it's hard to do TikTok wrong these days.
People, I really had to get my arm twisted to get on TikTok. I resisted for a long time.
I resisted for a long time. Time.
Dude, I had friends on TikTok like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Bro, honestly, what is so funny, and this is how like you just have to learn things in life. I was asked to be one of the first influencers on Twitter. And I was like, no, I did not want to be on another social media platform. Like, I just didn't want to. And so I was just like, no, thank
Wow.
you. And I didn't even have an agent or manager at the time to even like talk about it with and stuff like that, because I'm sure one of them probably would have been like, get your ass on it, boy. But yeah, and now to see it actually blowing up and what I could have started with and da 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 da. And because like I feel like even up until like 3 months ago, it was still like TikTok was kind of like cool and fun or whatever, but it was like it felt like there still wasn't like what do you do if you become a TikTok star, if you will? You know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
like now there's like commercials and all this stuff and just like whatever, and it's like,
Well,
okay,
I have a friend,
okay,
and I know her through one of my best friends here in LA, and
yeah,
she's on TikTok as Ileana, Ilyiana. She's
yeah,
million followers now. And she knows she was not in the acting world. She was in, she wasn't part of this industry. She was
yeah,
a cool girl that lived in Vegas.
yeah,
And from her viewership and her TikTok account, that's gotten her an agent and a manager,
yeah,
and she's taking trips out to LA now. Like, this is all
yeah,
happening in the past couple months.
yeah.
You
Now I
want
don't
to
say
go
no
from
to
someone
anything.
who's not in the industry to someone who has a real agent, a real
Right?
representation, and probably a lot of really good commercial opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Who knows? I
I'm
mean, that's
sure. Now I'm
crazy.
like,
It's wild.
now I'm on it all. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok,
Everywhere.
OnlyFans, fans only, Patreon.
Yes, fans only. That is so
It's
funny.
all Twitch, YouTube.
Yes, any
Find me.
website
I'm
you can
on it.
find me on.
Pornhub, Grinder,
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, Spotify, and Apple iTunes now. Apple Podcasts.
Follow my playlist. Follow my sex playlist. It's super fire.
We gotta diversify out here, y'all. OMG.
Take advantage.
OMG. But like like I said, I am on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I am Gerard Cole. You can find the podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. Yes, I'm on YouTube. Actually, let me just take this time really fast to say thank you to everybody who's listening. I'm not really sure when this will physically air, but as of right now, we're almost at over 1,300 downloads. Like, there's so many great episodes that are being still listened to, and just I really want to thank you guys for being receptive, liking us, loving us, whatever it is. But keep making sure you like, subscribe, all of the good stuff, and I love you. But make sure you guys are always keep turning coal into diamonds. Boy. Yes.
I love that.
This.
I love that.